Little Miles, a toddler, played inside in his little blue sleeper as his dad loaded the car for their outing. What his dad didn't realize was that the door didn't shut all the way. Miles followed after, and as he curiously headed towards the pool and reached into the water, he fell in. Today, I'm going to share with you some steps and techniques you can take to help prevent child drowning. While I understand not all of us are necessarily parents, it's a safe guess that you probably know someone in your life who has a child, and that gives all of us a really good reason to listen today. I'm confident you will learn something new that could possibly help prevent a child in your life from drowning. We are going to look at three crucial aspects: statistics, prevention, and child survival swim lessons. I don't profess to be an expert. However, I am a mom, and prior to becoming a mom, I was a lifeguard and swimming instructor, and I dedicated a good portion of my life to learning about child safety and helping children and prevent child drowning. Let's take a look at statistics. CDC.gov and CSN.org, which stands for Child Safety Network, which was last accessed on June 26, 2018. There is an average of 10 people per day who die of drowning in the United States. Of those drownings that are children, over half of them are infants and toddlers. That is a significant number. What factors influence drowning? Lack of supervision, medical conditions, lack of proper pool barriers, lack of the use of life jackets, alcohol, and lack of swimming ability. Where do most drownings occur? Bathtubs, swimming pools, boating, and water sports. Miles' family would like to spread awareness about how quickly children can access the pool area. They don't just want people to hear that story, but to be able to see just how quickly a child can access the pool area and fall into water. While these images are not graphic in any way, they are actual footage, actual security camera images of the day Miles fell into the water. The family had pool cameras and security cameras installed. If you aren't comfortable seeing that, please feel free to look away, and I will let you know when it's okay to look up again. Here we can see Miles accessing the pool area from the open door. Children are curious about water. As he reaches over in curiosity, that was the moment that he fell into the water. These photos are courtesy of Mr. Rapkin. Another way that I can relate to these statistics we've talked about today, not just as a lifeguard and swimming instructor, but as a mom, is my own experience. One time at a mom's play group, when I was there watching my children play and have fun and socializing with other moms, one of the moms didn't notice that her daughter had slipped under the water. She was only 4 feet from her, and her daughter was drowning. As I pulled that child out of the water, it wasn't the first child I'd saved from drowning, however it hit me. This was different, and I was there as a mom, and these were other moms that that my children would play with their children. We have talked about the statistics on child drowning, and now I'd like to talk about prevention. According to infantswim.com, last accessed on July 1st, 2018, there is nothing that can replace supervision and the effective supervision, and no amount of aquatic skill can replace how important supervision is. Other ways of prevention include pool barriers, fencing, alarms, and learning CPR. Here are some examples. There is a non-climbable fence with a self-locking gate. Here is a non-collapsible pool cover. This can hold the weight of an adult, a family pet, or a child as they walk across it. And I can't stress enough the importance of fencing being 4-sided. It should be at least 4 feet tall or larger, and having a 4-sided fencing instead of just a 3-sided fencing that connects to the house can be a really huge prevention technique. Another way to prevent drowning is to prepare. and have your family do CPR lessons and get certified in CPR. Siblings and children can also do this. Now that we've talked about prevention, I would like to talk about infant swimming and child survival lessons. What is that? It was developed by Dr. Harvey Barnett 50 years ago, and it is available worldwide, United States, Canada, Mexico, Chile, Argentina, and it's growing. What's the difference between survival swim lessons and your average swim lessons that you do with your children as they're growing? I can answer that question not just as a previous swimming instructor, but also as a mom who's done all of those types of lessons with her children. And the best way I can answer it is to say that the survival swim lessons, they kind of take it a step up and teach your child how to not panic when they fall in the water, to roll over and float and rest, which can be a survival life-saving technique. Here's an example of how this works. A child under the age of 12 months learns how to fall into the water, roll over, and float and cry for help. Once they reach the age of 1 to 6, they take that a step further and teach them how to roll back over, kick and swim, and then roll back over and float until they reach the side and reach safety, and they repeat that process. Once they get to the point of graduating from the lessons, they are able to fall in their everyday regular clothing, shoes, diapers, and everything, and be able to do those techniques. According to infantswim.com, there is a documented 788 cases where these survival lessons have saved the life of a child who attended these ISR lessons. I myself have had 3 children do this, and it's quite remarkable. It is not traumatic in any way, and to date they love the water, and they are teens now. We have talked about drowning and steps you can take to prevent childhood drowning. I hope that what you've learned today can help a little one in your life. And remember baby Miles? He was trained in child survival swimming. He was able to float in the water for several minutes, waiting for his dad and calling out for help. And here's a joyful picture of him and his dad. And a fun little saying is, if life piddles in your pool, add chlorine and just keep swimming.